You know, we're all swimming in data. Every single click, every purchase, every interaction, it all creates this huge digital trail. But here's the crazy part. Having all that data and actually using it to make smarter decisions, totally different ballgames. So let's dive into how businesses are finally starting to turn all that noise into a real, tangible advantage.
Does this sound familiar? I bet it does for a lot of you. You've got spreadsheets, databases, all this information pouring in, but when it's time to make a big call, it still feels like you're just guessing. That gap, that disconnect between having data and having insight, that's exactly what we're going to break down. So let's talk about the gap we need to cross. Over on one side, you have the raw numbers, just an endless ocean of them. And way over on the other side, you have your real strategy, the smart moves that actually push your business forward. Connecting those 2 points? That's the challenge we're all facing today. And for most of us, this is what that raw data looks like. It's just a chaotic jumble of information with no rhyme or reason. Seriously, picture a million-piece jigsaw puzzle, but all the pieces have been dumped out of the box, face down. You know there's a beautiful picture in there somewhere, but right now, it's impossible to see. Okay, so the journey from that chaotic mess to total clarity, it has to start with a solid foundation. And that foundation is clean data. Because let's be real, if your data is garbage, everything you build on top of it's going to be garbage too. From there, you can move on to accurate analysis to figure out what the data is actually trying to tell you. This leads to actionable insights, and I mean, not just fun facts, but things you can actually do something about. And all of that leads to the top of the mountain, making consistently smarter decisions. So how in the world do you navigate that sea of data? Well, the good news is you don't have to do it alone. This is where a data specialist comes into the picture. Think of them as your expert navigator, the one who can chart a course straight from that chaos of raw info to a clear strategic destination. This quote, it just nails it. This is the whole mission statement. It's not about just crunching numbers. It's a total transformation process. It's about taking something raw, messy, and basically useless and refining it into something clean, reliable, and powerful enough to actually guide your entire business strategy.
Right, so how does this magic actually happen? What are the concrete steps that take you from a messy pile of data to a crystal clear dashboard that anyone can understand? Let's walk through that journey.
This whole process really unfolds in 4 key stages. First up, data wrangling. Now, this is the not so glamorous part, cleaning and organizing the chaos. But it's absolutely critical. In fact, it can be up to 80% of the entire job. Why? Because of that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. Specialists build what are called ETL pipelines to automatically extract data from everywhere, transform it into a clean format, and load it where it needs to go. Next, you have finding patterns. This is where we use stats to make really good, educated guesses about what might happen next. Then comes advanced learning, using AI to spot deep connections a human might totally miss. And finally, maybe the most important part of all, telling the story. All that complex work gets boiled down into simple, visual dashboards that tell a story anyone in the company can look at and immediately understand what to do next.
Now, to pull all this off, you need a pretty powerful set of tools. This isn't some kind of wizardry. It's just about having the right technology in the hands of someone who knows how to use it. So what's actually in this modern data toolkit? Well, inside that toolkit, you've got your workhorse languages like Python and SQL. They do all the heavy lifting in that first data wrangling step. Then, for that final storytelling part, you've got awesome visualization tools like Power BI. And for all the really brainy analysis and learning in the middle, you use these powerful machine learning frameworks, things like Scikit-Learn, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. These are the engines that are finding all those hidden gems in your data. Okay, so we've looked at the problem, the solution, the step-by-step process, and the tools. But let's bring it all home and focus on the ultimate why. Why go through all this trouble? Well, it all boils down to one thing: the quality of your decisions. I mean, the difference is just night and day. The before world is making decisions based on a gut feeling, on tradition, on what you hope is true. The after world, that's where you make confident, strategic moves that are backed up by cold, hard evidence from your very own data. It's the huge leap from just guessing to actually knowing. But look, a great data solution isn't just a one-time report that you look at and forget. It's a foundation for success that keeps on giving. That means the code has to be clean and scalable so it can grow right alongside your business. It needs clear documentation so you're not stuck if your data person leaves. It needs full support because your questions are going to change. And most importantly, every single piece of this has to be laser-focused on creating real, impactful outcomes for the business. So we'll end on this thought. Hidden inside your company's data,
right now is the potential for smarter strategies, for better products, for a more efficient business. The real question isn't whether you have the data. The real question is, are you ready to finally unlock its impact by listening to what it's trying to tell you?